Alright, you said basically you don't want your voice being heard on this recording because you know that I'm recording this for detail inside of my video. So just listen up. I'm going to try my best with the information that you told me. I thank you for being transparent and honest about the situation because your story needs to be heard, and a lot of people are going to gravitate to your story. This is a very serious one, and I hope they appreciate it because it's a lot of people like you in the Georgia Department of Corrections. I'm about to start this story. Thank you very, very much. Alright.
Yo, what's up? What's going on, y'all? This your boy Big Miz from the zoo, and I'm back with another story, y'all. And this one right here is a favor to someone in the chain gang that actually wanted to get their story out there, man. And there's some sad stories coming from the Georgia Department of Corrections. And here's one right here. Let's get into it. The first time 16-year-old Cody heard the judge say 30 years, his knees buckled right there in the courtroom. In the small town of Macon, everybody knew the story already. Cody and his friends had been messing around behind the abandoned rental houses, throwing fireworks through the broken windows and recording it. This was strictly for social media, but one of the firecrackers landed wrong. The kids didn't know the extent of the situation they had now put themselves in. The flames spreaded faster than they thought, and this house became a blaze. Nobody knew a younger mother, single, left a 6-year-old son and a pit bull inside of this ran down house. She said she was only going to be gone for 20 minutes, but turned out to be like 45. By the time she got back, people had already called the firefighters, and when they got there, the house was damn near gone. The little boy and the dog never made it out. Now in the town, they wanted blood. It was all over the news. A child dies in a fiery furnace in an inferno with a dog inside. Mother left the child without supervision, and some kids were playing around the house and set it ablaze. At the sentencing, the mother of the child screamed so loud the deputies had to hold her back. Cody's father sat there stone-faced, staring at the floor like he was already burying his son alive. His mother cried the entire hearing. When the judge called it reckless murder through criminal negligence, Cody realized this was not the juvenile detention center anymore. He was headed to an adult prison in Georgia. It took some time for him to even get the trial. Being 16 when he first came in, and them stretching the trial out for 2 years, he was definitely headed down the road to a level 5 camp. The skinny white teenager wearing braces and shaggy blonde hair got laughed at the second he walked into the dorm. They called him the fire starter because people knew about his case already. Some inmates joked about smoke alarms when he walked past. Others asked him, do he smell burning skin? These dudes was vicious. And Cody didn't know what to do. He tried acting tough. He tried to copy the older inmates, cursed more, tried to do push-ups, lifting water bags. He stopped crying, but he was terrified. He barely slept. And the nights that he did get some sleep, all he can think about was the little boy's room that he was in and how it was burning. Then he'll wake up out of his nightmares. But while he was going through the time inside the Georgia Department of Corrections, he didn't know where to turn, where to find a friend, who would be a friend to him. Until this one guy approached him. His name was Raymond. Raymond was one of them old chain gang dudes. Straight alto action. Either you fucking or you fighting. That type of dude. And he saw that Cody will always stay back. He would barely eat chow. But he kept food in his box. But he saw how timid he was. He read Cody. He watched him go to the showers, come out the shower. When he would choose to walk up and look at the TV for 10 minutes and turn back around. That's when he slid up on him. I said, yo, what's up? My name Raymond, man. Smooth talker. He knew his intentions already. But he had to weigh it down on little man. And see exactly what he can get out of it. He started talking to Cody on a daily basis. Trying to make him laugh. Trying to just show him that he was kind of like a intimidation factor inside the prison. Showing Cody just how much respect he had in there. And Cody noticed it. He would tell people, don't mess with him. This my little man right here. He would save seats for him in the chow hall. He started getting Cody out of the dorm. Going to eat. Walking the big yard. And weeks, man, them things turned to months. And they sure enough turned to years in there. And he was on Cody like right on rice. He started telling him what to wear, how to do his hair, what to smell like. Made sure that he gave him extra food. He told Cody, don't spend your money. I got you. I'm like your daddy. And Cody didn't understand what that meant. And not at all. Until one day, Raymond started telling him, man, I don't even trust your roommate. I've been hearing things about him, bro. Like he trying to set you up. And Cody was like, nah, he's cool, man. I've been in the cell with him for like 8 months. He's all right. Like, we don't have no problems. He drink a lot of coffee, but I don't have no problem with him. And he's like, man, listen to what I'm telling you. I heard. And they not going to tell you. I heard what's going on. It's your life I'm talking about. You need to move up out of there and come to my cell. We can swap out. I send my roommate up there. You come down with me. This is where you're going to be safe at. Trust me when I tell you. And don't even think about it. Just come on. Matter of fact, come on. Let's go. So he walks him over to the officer. Let the officer know that they're going to be changing cells. And then he told him, like, this is the official way to do this. But you know the chain gang running, so we ain't even had to tell the officer. But I just wanted to be logged in the logbook that you here with me. You here with daddy. And he started laughing. Toting Cody's stuff to his cell. And the first night that they locked down, this is when Raymond striked. He waited for shower time. Little man went to the shower. And as Cody was coming back, Raymond stayed in that cell. He didn't walk out like a regular cellie was supposed to do. You're supposed to respect the space. When somebody comes out the shower, you step out, give them time to lotion up, put their clothes on properly. Just a little time for yourself. That's the chain gang way. But he was violating him all the way through. And as Cody was standing there, still damped, didn't dry himself off that good, he's looking at Raymond like, are you going to step out? And that's when he slid past him, but he brushed him real close, putting his manhood on that boy's leg. And then he grabbed his waist. And Cody said, no, don't do that. What are you doing, man? You're bugging. And he was like, you think I'm bugging? This is bugging. And he started grabbing him by the throat, choking him out, and overpowered Cody. And once he got Cody into submission, by Cody losing so much air, he thought that he was going to pass out. He gave up to Raymond's advances. And Raymond started to use his right arm by pinning Cody down with his left and some Vaseline and applied it to areas that he shouldn't have applied it at. And he commenced to doing something very heinous, very vicious, and very inhumane to him. While Cody screamed out, nobody said anything. They already had the door window blocked. And he tried to muffle Cody's screams with his hand and then a pillow as he viciously essayed this young man. And it didn't just go on one night. It went on for months. It went on to the point where Cody didn't think that he was the same anymore. He felt like he already had soft mother. So he figured, what the hell? I don't feel the same anymore. I don't act the same anymore. And how I'm getting treated is just like a female. So I might as well be one. And as the months went by, that's exactly what he started to transform into. A very feminine male, wearing very tight clothes, makeup from commissary items to use the colors on his face, arching his eyebrows, making sure his face was real smooth, and shaving other areas of his body to emulate a woman. And things got hard for him because he stopped really eating. He started getting slimmer, and he stopped calling home. He hadn't called home for like 4 to 5 months. And when he chose to call his father, and he was feeling so good about it, he was like, yes, I can talk to my dad. I know he's understanding. I know he'll get it and understand, because they were like best friends out in the free world. But he got the response that he never thought that he would get. Using his feminine voice, he said, hey, Dad, how you doing? As he started talking about all the prison gossip and what goes on in the jail and who went to the hole and who fought and stuff like that, things that they would usually talk about on a regular basis. His dad said, yo, who the fuck is this? Yo, don't be calling my house. I don't know who this is. And he hung up. And that crushed Cody. He called right back. And he was telling him, Dad, it's me. Things just changed. He was like, no, ain't nothing changed here. I don't know who the fuck is this calling. Stop calling my house. And he hangs up again. He was lost at that point. He didn't know what to do next. He was scared. So he got a little bit more recluse and closed in, and steady still performed like a woman for Raymond, and shied off to the rest of the compound and the people. And Raymond kept him in the cell, feeding him chow hall food that he would bring back or snacks off the commissary, while he steady ran up in this little dude. One day, Cody thought, I want to call my family. I miss my family. I need them to see me. I need them to know what's going on with me. I'm scared. Things have changed. I don't want them to not know what's going on with me. So he used the phone again, and he called, but this time his mother answered. And he said, Mama. And automatically she knew exactly what was going on and exactly who it was. And she said, hey, son, I see things have changed, but you don't remember the things I told you when you was younger? No matter what happens in life, what you go through in life, I'm going to love you to the end because you're my child. And I don't want you to ever forget that. And Cody stood on the other line, on the other side of the line, crying his heart out and telling his mother, thank you. Thank you. and she told him exact hours to call when she's free so they can have a routine. And every time he called, she would answer the same way. Hey, baby girl. And Cody would feel so happy. And he would say, hey, mama. And he would keep her up on what's going on with him. And then she started setting out visits so she can see him as she looking at her changed son. Living a different life. It was hard to see, but she coped with it because she loved him so much. And she started talking to his father about the situation, trying to get him to come around. But the father stood stern and said, I don't want to deal with him anymore. That's not my son. I don't know who that is and what that is. And these situations right here, y'all, is plagued in the Georgia Department of Corrections, where these young men come into these prisons and they get time. And they don't know how to do the time correctly. And they bump into individuals like Raymond. And they don't know what to do. And they fall victim to being victimized and sodomized and trained and groomed to act like the opposite sex. And then they get into relationships and they lose sight of their self. And that's what happened to Cody. I hope y'all understand that this can happen to anyone at any time. It's monsters in there. Some of these guys are soulless and they don't care. They're waiting for you. I'm just asking you one thing, y'all. Please, whatever you do, don't do nothing stupid outside in these streets and find yourself in somebody's county jail, prison, or this your boy Big Miz from the zoo. I'm gone.